This is a wild Bitcoin theory that nobody is talking about that could completely change the game for Bitcoin forever. Hit that subscribe button right now. Before we jump into this crazy chart, this is the final call. This is your last chance. There's only 2 hours left. Pause this video, go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. The all-in-one is what you need. Only 2 hours left. Major discount is about to be over and you are about to miss out. That will be something you regret for a long time. Pause this video, go to cryptocrewuniversity.com. Start recovering your losses. Start dominating your trades. Have way more free time. Have a lot less stress. Right now, you sign up, you get my personal strategy that will multiply your portfolio even in a bear market. cryptocrewuniversity.com. Sign up right here to the all-in-one. Only a couple hours left. Go right now and sign up. Let's jump back into here. Take a look at this ridiculous theory, okay? This is really cool. Now, in 2015, we had a top, bottom, bottom. 2018, we had a top, bottom, bottom. What do we mean by bottom? Purple line, purple line. Bitcoin gave you 2 chances. We gave you 1 chance at the purple line, and if you missed it, we gave you a second chance. We did it in 2018 again. We did a top, bottom, bottom, purple line, purple line. This time more spread out. In fact, pretty large gap in between. What's going to happen now? Are we at a top, bottom? Are we going to have a double bottom? If so, when? How far is the gap in between? What would the price be? And once we walk through that theory, I have another one that's even crazier. That's not out of the realm of possibilities, but we'll get into that in a moment. That one's going to knock your socks off as well. But let's analyze this for a moment, because when we had top, bottom, bottom, the first time that we had bottom, bottom, it was about 200 days in between, right? Where the purple line was rising slightly in prices, but it gave you an incredible opportunity. So that's 200 days in between, right? On this one, we had more than 200 days in between. We actually doubled it, 400 and change. What stayed consistent is the time from top to bottom. You can see the time from top to bottom here was about 400 days, and here was about 400 days, right? So the time from top to bottom is consistent, but what happened for the past 2 is that we had double the length of our double bottom, okay? And a double bottom is just a textbook TA term. It basically means the turmoil is done. When you have a nice double bottom, it's a trend reversal to the upside. Pretty simple stuff, right? So that's what we did here in the 2018 into 2020. Top, bottom, bottom, but double the amount of time. Now let's look at the top to the bottom now. If we measure it from here, which would be more the textbook top, it's still about 400 days, okay? Because judging by this, we got to the green line, this one got to the orange line, we were rejected here. So if we're gauging this one as our top, and some may say, well, Steve, it went like $4 above here. Okay, that's the double top, okay? Same as the double bottom. Double bottom is a trend reversal to the upside. A double top is a trend reversal to the downside, right? So we had a double top trend reversal to the downside. So this was technically our first top here, and it's still about 400 days. So right now, usually it's 400 days from the top to our first bottom. We're on schedule. We're right on schedule, if this is in fact our bottom. And again, we're clearly on the fence that there's more facts that this is our bottom. But if it isn't, what you cannot deny, based on all of the facts in the charts, is this right here. 17,500 was one of the 5 best buying opportunities of Bitcoin's history, period. Can't deny it. Every single fact in the chart, from when we crossed, from when we had here, every single fact in the chart is clearly screaming, this is the best buying opportunity of Bitcoin, and you can count it on one hand. Undeniable. Now, what is up for debate is whether the bottom is in, okay? What we want to discuss is what would happen if this were a double bottom. Where could it bring us to? right? If we look here, we can look at this data from 2 points. We could say, hey, this was about 200 days, this was about 400, so maybe it'll be 300 days. That's point one to look at it. Another way to look at it is like, hey, this was 200 days, this is 400 days, that means this is going to be 600 days. That's another way to look at it. So let's look at both and see which one is more logical, whether it's going to be 300 or 600. So if it were 300 days from now, where would this bring us? It would bring us roughly to about April of next year, April 2023. Now keep in mind that this line is rising. By the time we do see that, it could level out and we could be somewhere around the range of between 20 and 30K in April 2023 if this theory plays out, which so far in history it has. 600 days would bring us all the way out to roughly January of 2024, meaning that this bear market would last all of this year and all of next year. So which one is more logical? I would say the first one. Right now, there's no signs in the chart that we're going to have another couple years into the bear market. We can also look at our Gaussian channel for how long we've stayed in there. It would be an odd data point to be that long in the bear market. So I don't think that's a possibility. Let me lay something else on you. We talked about double top, right? Double top is a trend reversal to the downside. But if we had a double bottom, that's a trend reversal back to the upside. But what about this? This is something that nobody's talking about. What if this is our bottom? And what if our next move on a grander scale is to go from this price point all the way back up to 60, where we have a triple top, meaning top, top, another top somewhere over here. A triple top is also a trend reversal to the downside, which would cause us to go back down to our double bottom, which would be our trend reversal to go back up. How wild would that be if we had a triple top and a double bottom? Who would win? The double bottom wins because it would be the most recent, and that would be our reversal to go back up, and we would have to really get above all that resistance at 60K, which that could very well happen. What you see a lot of times in newer markets is they have a pretty strong growth rate at the beginning, but then there's a period of time of like 3-4 years where the market seems to be pausing, and that could be our pause between 60 and 20. We could bounce in there a couple more times, meaning we bounce up to 60 and bounce back down to 20 over the next year and a half, and then we go back up. Could be, again, this video was about, hey, let's look at some facts in the charts and let's come up with some wild theories. And there are two for you. Let me know in the comments down below which one you like better. Go to the courses, sign up right now. This is your last chance. Be like Sergio. After he signed up 3 times what the course has made. No more guessing. Go from losing to winning. Go from daunting and complicated to winning. Now is your time. CryptoCrewUniversity.com. Probably only an hour or 2 hours left at the moment. So don't be left behind. This will be your biggest regret of your life, and that's a fact. I'll see you on the inside. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs.